Hello everyone, welcome back again to the Discussion Lab. And today I want to talk about our types of selves, our types of personas, our identities, and essentially ties to being a hypocrite. And this episode is really stems from a conversation I was having with a friend, and he asked me, "Why did you leave social media?" And I told a friend, I haven't left social media. I still use WhatsApp to reach out to people. I still watch YouTube a lot. Sometimes I comment on YouTube here and there. And he's like, no. Years ago, you used to be very active on Facebook. You used to be active on Instagram. You were posting pictures here and there. And now you are not active anymore for years. And I smiled. And he's a very close friend of mine. So I gave him a little bit of why I decided to step away from social media, or that aspect of social media. And he called a couple of days later for us to continue this conversation because he went back thinking about it, and I wanted to share some of the things with you. So why I left, this was the time I had traveled fresh from my country. So originally from Ghana, West Africa, early in the 2000s and 10s, I had opportunity to go and further my education outside my country. And for those of you from the immigrant background, you understand when you travel to a more developed country, it is nice, it's fancy, it's all of that and more. And so Instagram was just booming at the time, right? And there was X, or Twitter as it was called. And then there was Facebook. So I was amazed with everything. At that time, I was in Europe then, and I was just amazed by the train stations, the transportations, the bus systems, how clean the country was, how organized everything was. And I had a smartphone. So everywhere I go, I was just taking pictures here and there, and I was posting pictures of me enjoying food, everything. I'm sure some of you have done this before, you understand. I was posting pictures everywhere on Facebook and on Instagram. And God and nature being so good to me, I met a friend during my program who was from, I think, Thailand also. He was a hobbyist photographer. He had I think it was a Canon camera, a very professional one. And so I made him teach me basics of photography, and I became his test subject. So he would come, hey, I want to go and practice shooting. I'll be there, right? So we are in the forest going for walks, and he was taking shots of me. So if you were following me around that time, I had some good photos. Reason why I'm sharing this with you is, it got to a point where some of my friends back home thought I was living an amazing life. And to be fair, I wasn't living a bad life. But that's the thing with social media. No one often posts their crap or the hard side of life. Because whilst I was having a hard time in school, trying to make sure my grades were up to standard, trying to make sure that I'm not kicked out of the school, I was working as an international student, right? I lived about an hour away from school because it was more affordable for me to do that. So I'd have to travel every day when lectures were starting at 8 a.m. and I was using public transportation. So you have to wake up way earlier to even be there on time. It was very difficult, but I wasn't sharing that. I was sharing when I was on campus, laughing with my friends and all of that. And that's the kind of self that I want to talk about. What people think you are living and what you know you are living. So this is the kind of thing I want to share with you. I've realized that there are two types of selves, right? It's for you and for those outside. So for me, it became how I know my life truly is. And then the second part is what I think my life truly is. So sometimes what I think it is may not necessarily be what it is. And the other way for external people, what they think my life is based on what I show them, right? Pictures, stories I tell them. And then for those of the external people who are a bit closer, this will be maybe your neighbors, some of your work colleagues and friends. They know, they don't think, they know, they see the evidence. So those who think are a bit further and those who know. And I realized that at that point, there is some kind of disconnect between what people think, those who were back home who didn't really know the day-to-day life of me, how I was living, and those who know. And it made me feel like a bit of a hypocrite. And so I don't know what happened or what really triggered me. I just decided, you know what, I don't want to live like this. And I decided to be off social media until I'm able to put genuinely what is very much aligned with what I think is happening and what is actually happening. And or I'm able to add value to social media. If I'm not adding value, or I'm not able to post things close to mine, reality as much as possible. I don't want to be on social media. And so that was really the point that happened to me. And that's what I want to talk about, and so what we think. So sometimes we think that we are having a great of a life. Your life is great and this and this and this and that. But sometimes it really isn't. And that is okay. It's the issue is really finding the little joys in your life and appreciating your life. We've seen people with harder times, harder environments than we currently have, and they are making the most out of it. They are genuinely laughing and smiling and sharing about that. Some of them are not pretending, and you know some who are not pretending, because sometimes you can feel the energy, the vibrations that is coming out for the post they make. And you wonder, how come I have a better life than this, better in quotes, right? Better life than this person, and he seems to appreciate life more. And so sometimes what we think that our life is hard may not necessarily be that it's hard. It's just our perception of our life, where we want it to go. And we are failing to see and appreciate the little things around us. So that's key. And the other thing too is that sometimes we know that we are lying to ourselves. You know that your life is hard. You know that you don't own the car. You know you don't own the apartment. You know you don't even own the devices you are showing. Yet still you post pictures or show some kind of evidence online to pretend that you own it, so you want people to see that you're having a great life. Who are you in competition with? Who at that point was I trying to please? Why was I so concerned and bothered about what people thought of me? And so that was a moment for me, and I wondered, why do I want to live for people? I want to live for me. And so that was a decision point for me where I decided to leave social media. Because if you are not careful, this is what is going to happen. People who don't know you, who are outside of reach, are going to think that you have a great life, and they may start having some expectations from you, right? So your siblings will start wondering, or your friend, like, hey, you seem to have the latest phone that is out there, the latest camera, latest gear, latest vehicle, whatever that's out there. How come you don't even help us in any way, shape, or form? And so you might be getting some hatred that you don't even deserve, but you are bringing on yourself. And those who know you because they are closer, they may start feeling like this person might be doing something we are not aware of. So they may be aware how much you earn. Then they see you having things that they know you, with your earning, you might not be able to afford it. They may be wondering, how does this person do this? Does this person have some income on the side that we don't know? Or is this person lying? And so you start to seem like a hypocrite to these people. I didn't want to be seen as a hypocrite, but more so for me, it had to do with myself. I didn't want to seem like a hypocrite to myself, and I didn't want to live for people. And so I decided that, again, if I'm going to post on social media, it has to be something that is matching my reality as much as possible. Not necessarily that I'm always having fun and that's all my life is about, but something that I genuinely enjoy that I want to share with people, or it should add some value. So that was part of the reason that I stepped away from social media. And along the part of stepping away from social media and doing this, what has helped me, and I think one of the first steps I need to point out, was it helped me to know myself. I started asking questions about why I was doing things to please people, why people's opinion was so important to me. And once I was able to get a bit deeper into this, I was able to distance and solve these underlying problems. And so it's key to know yourself. And sometimes you need that space. Always being eager to post on social media about your life. People don't need that. You don't even need that. You have to learn that you are not living for people. Genuinely, what I've come to know is that if you cannot have fun without sharing it on social media, are you really having fun? Are you in the moment? Most people who know me, I always tell them that when you're having fun, live in the moment. I'm not saying be stupid and do crazy stuff, but I tell them that be in the moment of joy. It doesn't mean you have to record everything. No. If you are enjoying a good meal, not everyone has to see you're enjoying a good meal, right? Take time, just enjoy how the food has been presented to you. Eat in peace, enjoy. Not everyone needs to see it all the time. If you are going out having a blast with your partner, your best friend, it's okay to record and document for your personal use. But when it becomes an issue that, oh, wait, let's take a picture, let's record this for people, then you might be that you are doing this for people. You might not even be genuinely enjoying it. And so knowing myself in that sense really helped me to step away from this. And one practical way that I did that was just really spending time with myself to reflect about things a lot. I also learned that you can't control what others think about you. No matter what you do, people are going to think about you anyway. But it gave me peace when I knew that I was trying as much as possible to be in sync. What I think I am and what I do were in sync. One way that I did that was really pick one value that I wanted. I wanted to be known as an honest person. And so that became my focus. I would only post things I'm honest about, share things I'm honest about, and also do things that I was honest about. I wanted to be known as a person of integrity. Like I say things, you can hold on me to my words that I'll most likely do it. So really, I started to make sure that my actions matched my words and my intent. And once I started doing that, it became okay for me, because you can never control what people say about you. You can never control what people think about you. But deep down, once all my thoughts and my actions were in alignment, I'm genuinely not bothered by what people say or do, right? I might hear something, it might piss me off, it might trigger me, but essentially I don't live in that state and I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I feel like I only need to prove things when my life is in danger, or my source of income is in danger, or people that I care about are threatened. Then I may come out to really explain or defend myself. Other than that, I really genuinely am not bothered about your thoughts. I'm not bothered about what the external people think. My main purpose is, can I be honest as much as I can? Can I add some value, and can I bring some joy to your life? And once I'm not pretending to be something I'm not, I'm making sure that my actions and my thoughts are in line. I'm really not bothered much, because you cannot control too much what people say and think about you. And so these are some of the conversations I had with my friend, and I think that he got some inspiration from it. At least that was how I took some of his actions. And I thought that you might get some inspiration or some lessons from this. And so know this, that you don't have to live for people. You don't always have to post things. I document things. I take pictures a lot. But I have a folder that I keep them for family and friends. And then when you come to visit me, we watch through and laugh. So those of you who know me, you know that we do this. We've gone through pictures. I've showed you pictures about my past, my family, and we laugh about some of the things that I have done. Ultimately, I have realized that we're living with harmony with myself, right? I call them the two selves. What we think we are and what I know I am. Trying to get them closer as much as possible. The main aim is hopefully to get them fused together, merge as one, is my dream goal, and I'm doing everything possible I can. Of course, I'm human. I might make errors here and there. And what people think I am and what people know me to be over the time, I've realized that has also getting closer. And so people who don't know me, once they are saying something about me, people who genuinely know me will tell them no. I find that people defend me in my absence, and that makes me happy. Not that they know I would ever know, because they find that my actions and my words, or what I think I am and what I know, are very much in sync. Really, if you've noticed anything about this, you realize that I'm a naive observer. I'm just trying to figure out this thing called life out, and I share what I gain along the way with you. So don't forget that I know nothing in this life. I am just a naive observer. Peace.